valuable or rather informative video for you guys. We are back in Sweden, and this weekend we are celebrating Easter. So if you guys are from a country that never celebrate Easter, maybe this is something that might be a surprise, or maybe some information that you might find them useful to understanding the Swedish culture. So in this live streaming, I'm going to share with you guys how Swedish people decorate their home. And also, I'm going to share with you some of the food that we usually eat during Easter, and also how we celebrate by decorating our home. So this is also happening during the springtime. So I'm going to share with you what is my feelings for spring and how it feels like to come back from a very hot country to back in Sweden, which is more mild weather. And let's get jump onto it. Um, a bit strange, haven't been doing live streaming for a while now. So I will try my best to give you guys as much information as possible. So if you are considering visiting Sweden during this time, next year maybe, I've met a few Singaporean at the airport. So they were like very confident that springtime it will be perfect, but to some Singaporeans springtime can be quite cold depending on where you are. So I'm going to flip my camera. As you can see, there is a really nice lantern there I bought from Da Nang, no, in Hoi An. So I'm going to show you how I decorate my home at first, and then I'll show you the food. All right, so let me just flip the camera. So I really fall in love with this fabric. The first time I saw it, it was during Chinese New Year when I visited Da Nang. So I saw a lot of houses and restaurant and cafe, they have this fabric. And it was quite cheap. It was like 80,000 per meter, which is really affordable. So I bought 3 meter. Actually, I bought more. With this 3 meter, I could make like a tablecloth. This table is not so big. It's about 1.5 meter or maybe 1.2 meter in terms of length and breadth. So the width of this fabric is 1.5. So it's really cool looking, I find, especially suitable for spring color. And and the fabric, I like it so much because it's quite it's quite strong, and it's very easy to iron. So I'm not really good in sewing. So yesterday I tried to struggle with my sewing machine. I don't say that I'm good in sewing. I'm not at all good. Look at the seam, it's all crooked. So this is one method you can easily buy fabric to light up the house. As you can see, the color, the theme of my kitchen is quite neutral. So I felt like I wanted to, have a very striking color to bring up the boring color of the neutral color. So springtime is really short here. It can be just, from 1 week to maybe maximum, maybe 2 weeks, or sometimes it can be a few days. So you can see the snow is melting already quite quickly. Just a few days ago when we came back, it was like a hill. Now it's like a small slope. So another thing that I like to use is something that are very light. These are the small balls that I got from the craft shop, and they are really cheap. I think there were like 50 of them for $2. So these are the twigs that you can get from the outside when it's springtime. I picked this one last year and then I dry them, because if you put them in water, the leaves will come out. So if you want to use it as a decorative item, so you shouldn't wet them or put water. And there are some Easter decoration. I didn't make this myself. I wish I could, but I thought this was really cute and it suits the fabric too, the dark green color. I thought which is really cute. And all this in Sweden, you could buy them very cheaply at the second-hand store. These are more of the older version because I really like them because they are quite vintage looking. And also this is also quite vintage looking. I prefer this kind of vintage looking decoration because they are more authentic. This is also one vintage one. So, and on top here, I actually make a witch using just your wallpaper. What I did is I make the corn, like a corn, and then I staple them. You can see the staple already being rusty because it has been in the cellar. So if you don't want it to rust, don't put them in the cellar. And then I make like a hat using a contrasting paper, and then I make a hole here and pass through here, and then I make like a little tiny broom. So this is really simple to make, and you can make them with your kids, and I think they will definitely enjoy it. If you want it to be more colorful, you can maybe use the same tone, green color. I made this 2 years ago, I think, and then because I have to match with the neutral color of my kitchen, so maybe I'll try to make new one to match this green color. But otherwise, I think it is quite matching too. It doesn't really bother me. What do you guys think? Do you like this combo? A little bit contrast, huh? And also what I really fall in love is this lamp that I found in Hanoi. No, Hoi An. There's a market there where I could buy this lantern. I think quite reasonable price. You see, in the one thing about in Vietnam is their culture to bargain. So if you don't bargain, they will find that you are strange. So go ahead and bargain because it's not only smart to do that, you save some money, and also you might get a fair price that you feel, okay, I can buy like 10 of this without having to think about the budget. So I think I bought this. This is about 40 centimeters in length. I think I bought them at 50,000 dong each. So I bought like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and which is perfect. If I buy 6, then it would have touched the ground. So this is really pretty. I really like it, and I think it suits the tablecloth too. Really dark. And then for in Sweden, you notice people like to put like decorative items on the window, let the natural light shine in, and yeah, really beautiful, I find. I don't really spend a lot of money on decoration. All the chicken that we have at home, I bought them second hand. So they are really cheap. I think I bought this. I think this is not bought. This is like we have, LG has them before. But I think I bought this chicken, which is just 10 crown. And then all these are quite cheap. And to buy them, if you don't want to buy them, you can use egg. What you do is you make a hole and then you use a straw to suck up the egg, and then you can paint them. So it's like a tradition in Sweden that the children like to paint eggs. I think I'm sure countries who celebrate Easter, they used to do that. But nowadays people are lazy. They just buy this kind of plastic egg. Because this one is good, it won't break. So it doesn't matter if it drops. If you have a cat or a dog, you know, they like to play with it. I remember Siri, she used to like, you know, play with this egg, so it doesn't really bother me because I know it's safe, it will not break. And I also make some of this kind of decoration with just using black color paper card. So these are some design that I designed on myself. I thought they were so cute, right? So these are the cheap kind of decoration you can make, and it's really easy. Just buy a white pen and then you have this black color background paper. So just focus on very simple design, and I think they are quite pretty with this. I think the background is a bit too busy. I think this one works better on a more plain background, because the elephant is like distracting. So this is my color theme that I thought might suit. And this is post is actually a candle. I haven't really got a lot of Easter decoration, but yeah. And maybe for this wall, because it's quite white, I don't want to like overwhelm it, so I just put a chicken here to see. So when you come in, it's like, wow, that's Easter. No, not so much of a deco, I think. So simple. You don't really have to spend a lot of money. Let me show you one more idea, right? So the cloth that I bought, and I make two curtains, one here and one here, and then I still have some fabric. So I used the remaining fabric to cover the lamp, one here and one here, which I thought was really, really pretty. Right? So I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't think so you have to be like perfect. I think most likely, you know, if you try too hard to be perfect, then you're just betting on unnecessary stress on yourself. So I'm going to there's one more chicken here. Maybe we missed out on that. There's a little feather chicken. And then, you know, if you celebrate Easter in your country, I don't know whether you guys decorate so much, but I think Swedes, they like to decorate their home with a lot of feathers. I'm a little bit, what do you call, a little bit sensitive to feathers, because Siri yesterday, when we were I was cleaning the house, then I saw there's a black mustache on Siri. I thought that was so funny. I wanted to take the camera out, and then by the time I took out my camera, he already blow off that feathers. It was really cute. It looked like a mustache on her. So that was really funny. So I'm going to share with you guys something that I found in Da Nang. Make sure you stay tuned under the end. But right now I'm going to show you what Vietnam. I'm really getting confused now. What Swedish people eat, all right, for the Easter. So let me flip the camera again. Oops. So Easter food in in Sweden is almost similar to Christmas food, I find that, except there's a lot of eggs. So we have some sausage here. We call in Sweden prinskorv. Um, I don't know why they call that prince. So sausage, usually they just fry them and you serve them or decorate it with something else. So this is one very classic one. And also I have made some salmon, we call that in Swedish gravlax. This is very easy to make. So one portion of salt and two portion of sugar. That is my, because I don't like, or like a lot of people, they always like one portion of salt and one portion of sugar. I find it's a bit too salty for my taste. I prefer it to be more mild. So I add two portion of sugar and one portion of salt. Mix them, and this year I made it with a curry powder. So I have some curry powder, about 1-2 tablespoons, and then with some black pepper, and then I cover the whole fish. It's actually the whole fish, and this morning I sliced them, so that's why it looks like that. But actually this is a whole fish, and then I only use the center part. So and then I pour the sugar salt mixture with the curry powder, and then I cover them with a plastic and let them sit for at least 24 hours. Some people like to keep them for 1.5 day, depending on how intense you want the flavors. So for me, I seasoned this in the and kept them in the refrigerator for 1.5 day, so they are perfect. This kind of salmon, they has a lot of fat in it, so you don't really need to add in any fat. They are very good omega-3. So this one will be eaten tomorrow. My daughter and her boyfriend will be coming tomorrow, so we'll be eating that. And we also have ham. This is a Swedish ham, which is already been boiled. So what we do is that is either you want to glaze it with mustard and breadcrumbs. Otherwise, you can just cut them and they are ready to eat. So if you want to buy this, you buy closer to the Easter, because usually they want to clear stocks, so they will sell it at very good, reasonable price. And of course, some fresh potato. These are Swedish fresh potato. So they are this year's potato. So indication of spring and Easter. So usually this is a tradition. Instead of eating rice, Swedes like to eat potato with this, with the ham and with the sausage. Nothing missing is a minced meatball. So I don't have them, but I think we're gonna make something else besides this. And of course, candy. Candy is also one of the tradition. Swedes like to eat a lot of candy during Easter. So this is what the Swede call the polkagris, but then this is another flavor. Very traditional, old-fashioned candy. I don't really eat this. This is what LG eats, so I'm not so a fan for candy. But this one, if you are from Singapore, you probably know what is this. This is peanut candy, which I love. Reminds me of my childhood. And I say this one is actually 青草喉咙糖 aha 解喉糖. It means for it's like the lozenges. I think LG got this from my sister when he was there, because he was like coughing a little bit. And they were like so worried for him. Coffee, toffee. Bought this in Sweden, not in Da Nang or Vietnam. All right, guys, I am going to share with you guys what I bought in Da Nang. All right, the mushrooms. All right, here is something that I soaked in. I'm gonna show you later. Make sure you stay tuned. All right, for here, this one. Can you guess what is this? Don't need to guess, but I tell you, this one is called lion manes mushrooms. All right, so I'm so glad that I found this on the last day of my day in Singapore before I come back to Sweden. LG was asleep, and then I thought, oh, I still have some money, and I still have tiny bit of space in the what do you call that, in my bag. So I went to the market, and then I bought this lion's manes. So I'm going to be creating some recipes on this. So if you are a fan for mushrooms, make sure you check out my playlist in my channel. I have a playlist for all my mushrooms recipe, and I'm a forager, so I forage mushrooms, wild mushrooms. So if you're curious about this content, go and check it out. So I will be making a few video on this. I soak one packet in hot water because the lion manes, if you buy them fresh, they are white in color, right? But if you buy the dried one, they are a little bit yellow in color. They call this monkey brain because it looks like a brain of a monkey. I don't know why it's so hairy. So it would be very interesting to just try this out. I'm going to show you how it looks like. And you need to clean them quite properly before you can eat them. And I heard there's a lot of benefit eating this mushroom. And you know, when I was in Da Nang, I found this. There's this company. This company, they sell dried mushrooms. Right? This is a dried shiitake mushrooms. You see? Right, shiitake mushroom. So I tell you, I tried just one. I opened it this morning. Let me show you how it looks like. Oh my god, this is so cute, right? They are really intense. So we were at this food festival in Da Nang. So the first day, the food festival was about open. Just 2 hours before it was open, I managed to find this mushrooms vendor who has a factory in Da Nang that dries mushrooms, and they sell this, and they sell this one like a snacks. A little bit disappointing because the packet looks really big, right? But actually the mushroom is just like that. It's just like that, you know, it's not so much. But it is really delicious. And I'm trying to find out because he asked me, he said, hey, if you like, you can come to my factory and then I'll give you a little tour. I said, okay, that would be good. But because that time we were having such a tight schedule, so, and my daughter and her boyfriend was here, so I decided not to visit it because I don't know where it is in the first place, and it's quite challenging if you don't have enough time, because you know, if you want to see a factory, you want to be there at least, you know, a few hours, not just a while. I think they have a channel. I'm gonna find out his channel. He has a YouTube channel. His wife is a specialist on drying food in Da Nang or in Vietnam. So I'm going to check out their website and get in touch with them and see if I could arrange for a tour the next time when I'm there in Da Nang. I tell you, this one is so delicious. And because it's so little, I have to like slowly bite and just enjoy every moment of it. So I think I would definitely buy more of this. Or maybe I should try and dry this one, because this is just shiitake. I cannot imagine if I'm going to dry this with the masutake. I think this is going to be like a whole lot awesome, lots of good information how you can dry mushroom that you can eat. Instead of eating potato chips, you can eat mushroom chips. They are so delicious too, So, and another update is yesterday I tried. The one thing good when you travel is that you can buy seed from abroad. Guys, Vietnam is very popular with this what do you call that? The herbs, right? They like to put herbs in everything that they eat. So I managed to find 2 small packet of herb seed, and I brought them in. It has all the descriptions, so I could plant them. So I'm going to show you how it looks like. But before that, I'm going to show you how my lion manes look like, all right, when I've soaked them in the hot water. So now this is how it looked like. Very scary, yeah. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Okay, let me see if I can get a fork. Where's my fork? Yeah. So this is how it looked like. You see, it's very brown, almost dark in color. So, oh my god, it feels like meat. Okay. So by right, you should soak this at least 7-8 hours. And then when they are really, really soft, you can cook them and use them as an alternative for chicken. So for this one, I think you need to soak them because you can see here. I can see here it's still so white, no? So when it's white, it means that it is not ready yet. It has to be like this, translucent. And then you have to peel them, and then I still haven't decided how I'm gonna cook them, but I'll see if I can find a recipe later today, so I could cook them and show you guys how it tastes like and how to cook them. If you have any recipe, let me know, right? I'm gonna try it out. So I use hot water and I pour this over the mushroom, and then you see this mushroom is like not enough water, right? So one way you can do it is that you put them like that, because the below part is the meaty part. So use a bowl and then just press them in so that everything is being submerged like that. You see? Fully submerged inside. Don't know whether you can use the stocks for cooking, so I don't know. I'm going to Google that up. So now I'm going to show you how this seeds, the process look like. I have I bought some soil, and this is one patch here. I think that is the Korean, no, this is the Korean parsley. I think they have this really big leaves where the Korean like to use this and wrap their barbecue meat and eat them with rice. So hopefully this one will turn out, because I'm not so sure. It's already coming to the end of April, so I don't know if it is too late. And over there is just my Vietnamese herbs. So I have made 3 of this. It's in all my different window. So it's going to be quite exciting to see how this would turn out. All right. Another thing that I like to talk to you guys about before I leave this live streaming is I noticed a lot of you guys has been sending me a lot of questions about, hey SD, you know, you just stayed in Vietnam for almost 3 months, you know, what is your advice for us if we are planning to stay there long term? Or for me, I suggest you just try it out. And I'm gonna make like a whole another live stream on this, because I don't want to combine them. So you guys have an idea, you know, when you want to search on my playlist, you can find them. So I'm going to be doing a live streams. If LG is available, fine. If it's not, I'm going to just do it on my own, basing on my experience. So I'm going to be sharing my experience about how you can stay in Da Nang or not. For me, I think it is really, really important to get experience, even though I was just staying there for like 3 months almost. But I felt like, you know, there are lots of things you need to know before you even consider moving there long terms. So it's the Easter this weekend, Saturday. So we're just gonna enjoy making the recipe. I'm gonna be shooting the video, and also we try to just take it easy tomorrow, charge our battery for tomorrow, lunch with my, no, dinner with my daughter and her boyfriend, and we're just gonna take from there, and we'll see if I can do some vlog with my new camera. So tired. I mean, even though I've been back like coming to a week now, no, 6 days. I'm still very tired, because yesterday when we came back from shopping, we went shopping in city, and my eyes was like, I couldn't open my eyes. So I went to the bed, and then I fall asleep like 3 4 hours, you know, straight without even thinking. And when I got up, I think, where am I? Am I still in Da Nang? You know, you're still very confused with the place and the hours. So we need some time to adjust. So guys, since I'm making the video about just Da Nang, if not, you should or should not move there. I'm also planning, because my channel started off as a Singaporean move in Sweden, right? So over so many years, I get a lot of people asking me, hey SD, you know, how about Sweden? You know, is Sweden a good country to move? And what should I consider? Is it possible to find a job? Is it easy to get the visa? So and also, you know, like, depending on where you're coming from, I think seriously, if you are coming from a place like in Singapore or Southeast Asia, Sweden can be very challenging. So I think I will going to do some research on that, and I'm going to do like a simple live streaming, straightforward, and give you guys whatever information that you need. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to send me comment or through my email, and I'll try my best to help you. All right. So without further delay, I think I'm going to just take a rest, and maybe trying to find some recipe on this lime mince. And I hope you have a peaceful, beautiful Easter holidays with your loved one. And I'll see you, all right, in my next. Wow, so many of you are here, man. Thank you for watching. I'll see you. Bye bye.